guys ready for our show? Next time you top today is great. Just got a very extensive cancer surgery. Give it up for Josh Clay, everybody. Give it up for Josh Clay.
I see you here. I think we're standing right here, no?
Hey!
I mean, like,
Welcome to the charity portion of the show. Yeah, they just saw me outside and go, get in here, we got you a couple drinks. That's great. Any of you guys have a friend that's like very explicit about their sex life? Like they always overshare details they never ask for? It's the worst. Can't stand it. I asked my buddy, I go, hey, like, how was your holiday break? He goes, oh, it was awesome. I was hitting my girlfriend behind and stuck my thumb in her asshole. It was so warm and tight. I had to remind him, like, hey, man, you know, you dating my sister? Yeah, I'm on crutches and I'm a little terrified on this slave auction thing you mentioned. But yeah, it's been, I did have an accident, it wasn't cancer. No, it is funny, like when you're on crutches, a lot of people are very sympathetic and like they're very kind and they always do want to know like, hey, how'd it happen? And it's been very bizarre because a lot of people's first guess is like, hey, like were you snowboarding, were you skiing? And I wasn't, but when I tell them what I did, they like flip a switch. It's like, hey, were you snowboarding? Were you skiing? I go, no, I was actually skateboarding. And they go, how old are you skateboarding? Get out of here, which is like very strange and weird to me because snowboarding, skateboarding, very, very similar, right? Like it made me think, it's kind of like if you're at a party and everyone's doing cocaine. You're the one guy that pulls out a crack rock. Oh, hey, slow down there, buddy. We only like rich white people things. I did get hurt skateboarding as a 32-year-old grown man. And I don't know if you've ever had the worst day of your life, but at the same time you're surrounded by 12-year-olds getting radical. I tear my ACL, my MCL, my PCL, and my meniscus, and I go, ah! Meanwhile, on the same trick I got hurt on, a 10-year-old does the exact same trick, perfect behind me. And I've never prayed for this 10-year-old kid's death more. Every day. I'll take his parents' death. Give me something. This happened in LA. I was like, I hope his fucking house burnt down. Trying to take me out. Nah, it's strange. Yeah, but one thing that's been nice about this injury is that it did like help me realize like how much my wife loves and cares about me. Like, I've loved her for a long time. The first thing that made me really attracted to her when I first started dating is that she has really good hobbies and interests. Like, she really likes some caricatures done, which I thought was like, oh, that's weird and sweet and cute. But the thing is, she's a blonde white lady. So like her, it's this fun activity, but for me, it's always a game of how racist is this gonna be. And every time she looks like a blonde bombshell, I look like World War II propaganda. She keeps framing them. She's a sweetheart, and she's been taking such great care of me, and I've just been very thankful. And I think one thing that's nice is that before I got hurt, at the end of last year, we did our love language test. Did anyone else here do love language tests? Yeah, it's like a very sweet thing. You just figure out how to best show your appreciation for your significant other. And I wasn't too stoked on mine. Like, it's very, like, just basic. Like, my love language is just touch. Which I feel like if you ask any guy in here, like, you like when a lady touches you? Even right now, sir. It's just so stupid. I feel like, I was like, I read sometimes, I thought I'd be a little bit more high level. But my wife, hers is so much more intellectual, makes more sense. Hers is acts of service. Like that, there's a lot of thought put into it, and it's just much more sweeter. And like it did get in the way of some things. Like for example, I started thinking about it a lot. It was like on the front of my head, just that way I could show that I love and care about her. So like, for example, like we'd start getting intimate, like taking off each other's clothes, and I would immediately start folding them. Very backwards. But yeah, I did get hurt skateboarding. I'm also a teacher. Which is kind of weird because, like, during the day I hang out with 12-year-old boys. Like, as soon as I clock out, I go hang out with more 12-year-old boys. Sometimes they're even shirtless, and it's strange because, like, I'm friends with these 12-year-old boys. It's like I'm hanging out with 12-year-old boys not only for business but for pleasure. And it's bizarre. We follow each other on Instagram. And I try to be cool to them, like I buy them cigarettes they never asked for. And, you know, like we'll have a skate session and we'll DM each other afterwards. And then, you know, skateboarding has its own vocabulary, so it's kind of weird if you're not a skater because they'll message me and say, "Hey bro, 6 sesh today." I'll heart it. Yeah, I mean, that was great. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, you really landed some sick ones. He goes, "Hey man, that backside lip slide you did? Phenomenal." I go, "Hey, I kind of barely kissed the rails." He's like, "Nah, trust me, you slid the whole thing." But yeah, long story short, I'm fucking these kids.